It was Glastonbury this weekend. Was you there? Is it your kind of thing or not? Well, one of the things that got people talking there was this so-called artwork from Banksy, apparently. It was a mocked-up small boat with migrants in it. It was passed around the festival. Goes, look at that. They kind of... I mean, it's almost like crowd surfing it. I've heard this described as epic, momentous, historical. Many people actually celebrating that. And if you can see it, I mean, I think it's pretty damn vile, basically. So it really has divided opinion. I've got to say, our Home Secretary, he was speaking out about it as well. Let's have a listen.
These are the pictures of it. We now know this was a Banksy art installation. How do you know what that is commentary about?
There are a bunch of people there joking and celebrating about criminal actions which costs lives. People die. People die in the Mediterranean. They die in the Channel. This is not funny. It is vile. It is a celebration of the loss of life in the Channel.
Daniel Moylan, what do you think to it?
I think Glastonbury, the whole Glastonbury thing is pretty disgusting, to be perfectly frank. It's where sort
Daniel.
of rich middle classes go to wallow in excrement while sort of popping off on weed and reassuring themselves they're all good people because they can enjoy a good left-wing joke.
I think you just sound
all I want to hear, what I want to hear from Banksy is very straightforward. If you want to come out and say, Banksy, that the criminal gangs who are charging these people £3,000, £4,000, £6,000 or selling them into bonded labour, that the criminal gangs should be rounded up, arrested and crushed, and that every lawful method should be used to close down their trade, then I would be with you 100%. You say that first, and then I will listen to your talk about compassion. But if this is what the message of this is. But that's what I want to hear these people say. These are the evil people doing this. Stop attacking our government, of any party. Stop attacking Britain about this. Let's go for these criminal gangs, and you should be out there leading that. And this should not be, in my view, a sort of joke installation with a load of people pumped up on weed and drink.
What do you think to it, Sean?
I don't think it was very well thought through. I think he was almost certainly, given what we know about Banksy and what he's like and what he cares about, he was trying to make a serious point. I suspect, I mean, obviously, I don't know Banksy, I've never met Banksy, so I don't want to speak for him, but...
You could be Banksy.
Well...
Do we know who he is yet?
I think people know, but I don't.
Right.
But it's not you. Can you just tell
Yeah.
Can we just have this out?
I categorically denied the rumour that I am Banksy.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Just so we know.
He's trying to make a serious point from the point of view of the asylum seeker. That's where he's coming from. Clearly, it's not intended as a joke, and James cleverly, pretty preposterously jumping on the bandwagon, saying it's disgraceful, they're all laughing about it. It was obviously a bad idea to try and make a serious point like that at Glastonbury late at night when there is a very, obviously, very jovial atmosphere, to say the least, and the pictures look terrible.
I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. Viewers will remember, it was only recently, a little girl, I'm sure she was about 7, she was trampled to death on one of those small boats. So whilst you would be aware of that knowledge and you would then sit there and think, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it to a festival, this kind of mocked-up boat with these people on, and somehow think that that is cool. I mean, to me, there's something not quite right with your thought process there. And let me tell you now, ladies and gents, right, because the double standards that exist in our society at the moment, can you imagine... Just imagine for a nanosecond, there was a huge Reform UK rally, I think it was in Birmingham yesterday. Can you imagine for a single millisecond if somebody in that audience, which, by the way, I don't think anyone ever would have done, but if anyone would have even contemplated doing anything like that, can you imagine what the front pages would have said about those people in attendance at that rally? But because this is people that perhaps lean to the left of the political spectrum, then passing around that blow-up migrant boat is OK. Apparently that's sending a message to the establishment.